I'm not saying this particular glitch is tedious. What I'm saying is anytime something is brand new that involves a process that's unfamiliar, or it's a first time, or it's undocumented and you don't have any reference points, and then you remember when you're trying to fall asleep, like, oh, I forgot to do that.
But that's
thing.
what I was saying earlier. Welcome to Biz Glitch 152. It's May 31st. Can you believe it? 5 months. We'd love to hear in the comments about how many times we've put you to sleep and nap. And if you schedule your viewing of these videos around your nap time, we're okay with that.
There is something to be said to falling asleep with insights that may just sink in forever. Today's glitch is in the technology category, but I can assure you that it is not anything that is overwhelming or that learning curve conundrum that we face with technology. We just upgraded our phones and we're going through
we're still busy
all the nuances and minutia of new technology. But this is in the realm of when and how do you track your time, which we've talked about before, to understand how to quote proposals and pricing for your products and services. We talked about the concept of it. Now, this glitch is specific to if you haven't done anything to that, now would be the time to reference some of the tips that we have in this glitch, especially the software. If you haven't found one that you love or that is easy to use or that you're familiar with or not yet familiar with, this glitch is for that, and how to set yourself up so that this is a regular practice. Now, in previous glitches, we've talked about how this only needs to be an experimentation. It doesn't have to be a forever habit that you're trying to build. It's more for where are you potentially procrastinating? Because when we don't know or aren't sure of certain tasks and how long they would take or what to do with them, it's a symptom of procrastination.
Yeah, an unrealistic understanding of how much time something is going to take, and because you create that obstacle for yourself, it's prevents you from taking action.
Well, it delays, exactly. So the example with getting our phones, we have been putting this off for 4 to 5 months. And when we were going about it with going to the store and transferring the lines and transferring the phones, it was a total of 4 hours.
4 hours.
And I must have said 3 times.
No wonder.
And no wonder we've put this off, because there was no timing that we were aware of. We just knew that it wasn't going to be like a 30-minute in and out. In fact, I had gone there before as a sort of a recon
and you spent an
mission.
hour there the first time.
I think it was like 30 minutes to 45 minutes. All in, we're talking about 5 hours or more, not even talking about the assimilation and acclimating.
And we have to go back, because I'm not getting calls on my phone, and we can't figure out how to fix the problem.
With this particular glitch, this is more of the tactical approach to have it set up to execute on it, especially with a specific goal. Like if you're not sure how long it takes to do X, to make $Y, that might be something that you set yourself up with as an exercise, as an experiment. Mm-hmm. Like every single time when we have a new client, we know that it's going to take 7 hours to do something related to whatever it is, the problem that we're solving for that client. We didn't know that before. We didn't know that 2 years ago.
Okay, I hear you throwing me under the bus. Speaking of technology, Linda has been after me for years to use Clockify that she has for us in terms of tracking my time. I finally started using it because as we were bringing clients on, we needed to understand how much time I was spending relative to what we were charging the clients. Yeah. It wasn't just about billable hours. This year, we had a spurt of business where we had over 80 clients hire us in a 3-month period for kind of an emergency situation with the Small Business Administration. And what I found was fantastic with the Clockify was timing myself, how long it took me for onboarding a new client. Because that was the part I hated the most.
Yeah.
That was the part I would put it off, but it had to get done. And I'd be getting these reminders through our CRM, set it up for the file. I created a checklist. I created the clock and the project. I ran the clock, and then I started competing against myself. How much faster could I do? It was great. Now I have it down to 6 minutes and 30 seconds or so.
But that's the thing about the first time. The first time is the worst time because you're not sure. But until you get it into a flow, until you get the steps where even if you have a checklist, I still, even for these glitches, when I'm preparing the glitches, I reference the checklist for every single glitch when I am producing and publishing every single glitch because there's like 23 things that I do.
She's way better at this kind of thing than I am. It may be because I'm really old and grizzled.
I think it's tedious. It is a
But it doesn't
tedious
have to
endeavor.
be. You see, that's the whole point of what we're trying to tell you folks, that if you approach this with kind of an open mind and listen to the advice we're giving to you in these glitches, all this tedium evaporates. If you approach it, again, with that open mind and track your time, you suddenly go, oh, wow, that was not as bad as I thought.
Yeah.
Except when we did the cell phones the other day, 4 hours. It was as bad as we thought it was going to be.
But here's the flip side of how I kind of, what's that saying where it's the blessing in disguise or the silver lining, okay?
Silver lining.
Is because we hadn't...
I'm your blessing in disguise.
Yeah, we hadn't updated our phones since 2017.
Yeah, we were kind of due for it.
But 7 years, so 4 hours. What's 5 hours divided by 7 years? That's
I'm not doing that math.
No, it's like 40 minutes per year that we avoided having to do this.
Well, 4 hours plus the 30 minutes you spent there, which is, so it's 270 minutes divided by 7, which is just under 40 minutes a year.
What did I say? I said 40 minutes as a savings.
Did you do this math before we started rolling the camera?
This is completely...
Wow, I guess my math expertise is rubbing off on my girl.
This is a total extemporaneous conversation. But anyway, what was the glitch? I've completely forgotten. Oh, yeah. How and when do you track your time? And the how and the when are key in this glitch, because if it's too overwhelming to have it be a part of every day, every activity, that's completely understandable. But if you, again, make it as an experiment for a special goal or a special project or a special onboarding of something new and different, in fact, it could be an opportunity for a different revenue stream of some kind because you've developed this new process that may be something different and new.
I think that's the end of our time for today, and we'll see you tomorrow.